Join me for a story to bring you a sense of warmth and ease. Clover and Peony, A Journey of Awe. This story is about a girl named Clover and her loving guardian Peony, who embark on a journey through an enchanted forest, discovering the awe-inspiring wonders of nature and the ancient wisdom it holds. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush meadows, there lived a young girl named Clover. Clover had bright green eyes that sparkled with curiosity and a heart brimming with wonder. Her constant companion was Penny, a loving guardian with soft lavender fur and gentle, luminescent eyes that held the wisdom of ages. One morning, as the golden rays of dawn danced through her window, Clover awoke with an unshakable sense of excitement. Guided by her unwavering eagerness, she pulled Peony out of his cozy spot near the fireplace, and together they ventured into the forest that bordered their village. The forest was an enchanting mix of towering ancient trees, with canopies that seemed to touch the sky and murmuring brooks that whispered secrets to those who would listen. As they meandered deeper into the woods, Clover's spiky eyes widened in awe at the delicate, dew-kissed spider webs and the sunbeams that filtered through the leaves, creating a canopy of ethereal light. Peony, with his innate connection to nature, seemed to glow brighter with every step. As they journeyed further, they stumbled upon a clearing filled with flowers that basked in the sunlight, each petal like a work of art. Clover and Penny were mesmerized by the vibrant colors and the symphony of fragrances that perfumed the air. In the middle of the clearing stood an ancient, majestic tree whose branches stretched toward the heavens. Carved into the bark was an inscription in an old, forgotten language. To their surprise, Peony could read it. It speaks of the Evertree, a guardian of wisdom and life, he whispered. With reverence, Clover placed her hand on the tree. Suddenly, she felt a rush of warmth and understanding flow through her. Visions of the village, history, the people who had come before her, and the wonders of nature filled her mind. The experience was overwhelming, yet profoundly beautiful. As the sun began its descent, Clover and Peony made their way back home, their hearts heavy with the treasures of the day. Watching the sunset paint the sky with hues of orange and pink, Clover thought how small yet significant she was in the grand tapestry of life. Peony nuzzled closer, his eyes reflecting the glowing horizon. "He has seen the magic of our world, little one," he murmured softly. "Never lose that sense of awe." Clover smiled, hugging Peony tightly. As she drifted into sleep that night, she dreamt of wonders yet to be discovered, with Peony always by her side. The next story awaits, calm and peaceful. Jasmine and the Cloud Guardian, The Quest for Home. This story is about Jasmine and her journey with the Cloud Guardian, Borage, to discover that her true home is where her heart is. Once upon a time, in the small village of Willowbrook, there lived a girl named Jasmine, who always dreamed of finding her true home. Every night, she gazed at the starry sky and imagined living in a place where the stars were at her fingertips. One evening, as she sat on the grassy hill near her house, a soft glow appeared in the sky and slowly descended towards her. To her amazement, it was a cloud guardian named Borage. Borage had shimmering blue wings and a gentle, comforting presence. He told Jasmine that he was there to help her find the home she always dreamed of. With a sense of wonder and excitement, Jasmine took Borage's hand and they ascended into the sky. They traveled through the clouds, witnessing the breathtaking beauty of the world below. As they journeyed, Borage shared stories of different places, each with its own unique charm and beauty. Jasmine was captivated by these tales and felt hope growing in her heart. Eventually, they reached the serene cloudscape, where fluffy white clouds floated like soft pillows. The borage gently set Jasmine down on one of the clouds and asked, "Is this the home you imagined?" Jasmine looked round and felt a deep sense of peace, but she knew something was missing. "It's beautiful," she said, "but it doesn't quite feel like home." Borage nodded understandingly and told her that, to find her true home, she needed to look within herself. He then guided her to a magical pond on the cloud, where she saw her reflection. In the still waters, she saw not just herself, but all the happy memories she had made in her village. Jasmine realized that home was not a physical place, but a feeling of belonging and love. Filled with newfound clarity, she thanked Borage and decided it was time to return to Willowbrook. As they descended back to the village, Jasmine felt a warmth in her heart, knowing her true home had always been there. She parted with Borage, who promised to wash over her from the clouds. She returned to her cottage, feeling a sense of contentment she had never felt before. From that day on, Jasmine no longer gazed longingly at the stars, for she knew that the home she sought was within her heart all along. Our next story is here to comfort you. Lobelia and Tulip, the magical shells. This story is about Lobelia, a girl who discovers a magical shell that can grant wishes, and a unicorn named Tulip, who guides her to use her wish for the greater good. Once upon a time in a quaint seaside village, there lived a gentle girl named Lobelia, who adored collecting seashells. She spent her days wandering the sun-kissed shores, picking up shells of all shapes and colors, and imagining the mysteries they might hold. One summer afternoon, as she walked along the water's edge, she stumbled upon a shell unlike any she had ever seen. It was pearly with iridescent hues that seemed to shimmer with a life of their own. As Lobelia held the shell to her ear, she heard a soft, musical voice calling her name. "Lobelia, Lobelia, come to the enchanted meadow," intrigued. She followed the voice with steady steps. The path led her to a deep meadow carpeted with vibrant wildflowers and flitting butterflies. In the center of the meadow stood a magnificent unicorn with a coat as white as the snow and a mane that sparkled like spun gold. "Greetings, Lobelia," said the unicorn. "My name is Tulip. I have been waiting for you." Lobelia, though startled, felt an overwhelming sense of peace. "Why have you been waiting for me?" she asked. Tulip explained that the shell she found was no ordinary shell. It was a magical shell that could grant one extraordinary wish when held close to the heart. But it can only be used by someone with a pure heart, Tulip added. Lobelia's eyes widened with wonder. She had always wished for a way to help her village, which often struggled with storms that ruined their crops. "My wish save my village?" she asked with hope. Tulip nodded gently. "Take your wish, Lobelia, with all the love in your heart." Clasping the shell tightly in her hands, Lobelia closed her eyes and made her wish. A radiant light enveloped her, and she felt a warmth spread through her entire being. When she opened her eyes, she found herself back at the beach, the shell glowing softly in her hands. From that day onward, the storms ceased, and the village thrived with bountiful harvests. The villagers, unaware of the magic, celebrated their fortune, but Lobelia kept the secret close, cherishing her newfound friendship with Tulip. Whenever she walked along the beach, she would hear Tulip's melodic voice through the shell, reminding her of the magic and the power of a pure heart. And so, Lobelia lived her days grateful for the simple, yet profound miracle that had blessed her village, always remembering to pay forward the kindness and magic she had received. Let's continue softly with another tale. Anemone and Sweet Pea Under the Moonlight. This story is about Anemone, a human, and Sweet Pea, a butterfly, who meet under the moonlight and share stories and dreams, forming an everlasting friendship that they promise to continue under each full moon. Anemone loved the nights where she could bask in the gentle glow of the moonlight. The moon had a special magic, bathing the world in silvery light and casting long shadows that danced in the cool breeze. One particularly luminous night, Anemone took a walk in the meadow near her home. The wildflowers seemed to shimmer under the moon's gaze, and the air was filled with the soft hum of nocturnal creatures. As Anemone wandered deeper into the meadow, she noticed a delicate butterfly resting on a flower. The butterfly, with iridescent wings, appeared ethereal under the moon's glow. "Hello there," Anemone whispered, not wanting to disturb the peace. To her surprise, the butterfly responded, "Hello, my name is Sweet Pea." Anemone's eyes widened with awe. She had never met a talking butterfly before. Sweet Pea flapped his wings gently and flew up to her shoulder. "I love this time of night," Sweet Pea said, looking up at the moon. "The world is so calm and beautiful." Anemone nodded, agreeing with her new friend. "It's like the moon knows all our secrets and watches over us," she mused. Sweet Pea looked at her with what seemed to be a smile in his tiny eyes. "The moon connects us all," he said softly. They spent the night sharing stories and dreams under the silver light. Anemone told Sweet Pea about her aspirations to become an artist, painting the beauty of nature. Sweet Pea shared tales of his travels to distant lands and the wonders he had seen. As the night drew to a close, the first light of dawn began to appear on the horizon. "I must go," Sweet Pea said, fluttering his wings. "But I'll be back next full moon. Let's meet here and share more stories." Anemone smiled, her heart filled with warmth. She watched as Sweet Pea glided away, his wings catching the early rays of sunlight. As the animal walked back home, she felt grateful for the magical encounter. She knew that whenever she missed Sweet Pea, she could look up at the moon and remember the night they became friends. Until we meet again, Sweet Pea story.